From the Rogue Word Studio in Dallas, Texas, it's The Lit Show with Jeremy Fee. New episode each Tuesday. Authors welcome, comments encouraged. Hello everyone, welcome to The Lit Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Fee. As always, I've got something special for you today. It's a tag special. Doing lots of tags in one video. And of course, when I do more than one tag in a video, it's usually a lot of fun. I'm doing them completely without any preparation. I haven't really looked back over the questions since I've watched the videos that other people have done, but I'm gonna go ahead and say, if you are mentioned anywhere in this video, then I'm tagging you for all the tags in the video. Here we go. The first tag for today is the Birthier Tag. I was tagged by Alan at Big Heart Books and Classics. His channel is always a lot of fun. He loves Irish stuff. He's got a guitar. He plays songs sometimes, tells some funny jokes. You'll get footage of him walking around Portland. A lot of interesting literature. It was originally by Ollie at Criminali, who I can only assume is a criminal. No, I'm just kidding. He sounds very professional. He's got great insight into literature. The way that he talks about it is really interesting. I've seen great versions of the Birthier Tag done. Michael K. Vaughan, Joanna, David Wiley. Theirs all stand out. The prompts for the Birthier Tag. 1. Have you read any books published in the year you were born? Yes, I was born in 1980. In 1980, a lot of great books were published. You can actually go on Goodreads really easily and find what books were published in whatever year. You just put the year in there. Criminali provided a link for that. Probably my favorite book from the year that I was born in 1980 is Douglas Adams' Restaurant at the End of the Universe, which is part of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. I read those books when I was a teenager, and I love the humor. The witty British humor is awesome. And I know not everyone is a fan of that type of humor. The way that Douglas Adams is just so funny throughout it. Question number 2. Have you read any books published in the year you turned 18? I turned 18 in 1998, and I am not sure about the books from 1998. I'll look it up on Goodreads, and I will put a book up on the screen. That would be, I guess, my favorite from that year. Number 3. Of the last 10 books you read, how many were published before you were born? Oh gosh. Off the top of my head, I'm going to guess 50% in my mind thinking of the books I just read. Number 4. What's your favorite movie from your birth year and why? 1980 was a good year for movies. I know off the top of my head that one of my all-time favorite movies was released in 1980, which is Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, because I know they were released 1977, 1980, and 1983 for that original trilogy. And I seriously doubt I'm going to find a movie from that year that I like more than Empire Strikes Back. But Criminali did show that you can go to IMDb, imdb.com, the International Movie Database website, and you can just go to the search and change your search parameters to specific dates. So the beginning of the year, the end of the year, and you can actually search all the movies for the year, and I'm sure you'll find interesting ones from whatever year that you were born. Let's see. Number 5, what is your favorite movie from the year you turned 18 and why? I don't know off the top of my head a lot of movies that came out in 1998, but I'll do the search. I'll put something up on the screen here. What I can tell you though is I believe that 1999 was probably the greatest year for movies and music. For some reason, there was just a lot going on creatively for 1999 releases. Unfortunately, I don't have the 1998 ones memorized, but something's up on the screen for you, and that'll be my answer. For this tag, you're supposed to tag a number of people equal to the number of decades that you've been alive. But like I said earlier, I'm just tagging anyone who's been mentioned in the video. See how easy that is? Next up is the Book Buds tag. I love the Book Buds. They have a really fun YouTube channel in which they put on skits and talk about books. They talk about a lot of young adult literature, a lot of fun fantasy kind of stuff, and it's neat to see them do their skits with their costumes. Looks like there are 7 prompts. Here we go. The Book Buds tag. I was tagged by them, though I do want to point out Pax Panic had a really great version of this tag. I'm a huge fan of the Pax Panic YouTube channel. I think she puts together great videos. Obviously, the color green is very powerful on that channel, but she's got a lot to say, especially with horror, and she does a great job talking about horror stories with her channel. So if you like horror, I highly recommend you go and subscribe to that channel as well. Prompt number 1, you're stuck on a deserted island and can only bring one booktuber, but you get to bring all their books. Who do you want to be stuck with? Because the answer is you get to bring all their books, I'm definitely going to say Michael K. Vaughan. If you've been watching his YouTube channel and his series where he's talking about all of his boxes of books, you know, his library you could spend reading probably for the rest of your life. Not only would you get to hang out with Michael K. Vaughan, but you could read his books and talk about them with him, which would be a whole lot of fun. If not Michael K. Vaughan, then I would say Dane Cobain from Dane Reads, because every time I have gone on Goodreads to rate and review a book lately, I've seen that Dane Cobain has already read it. So I know that we would have a good time talking about books, and that he likes a lot of the same books that I like, though I don't know what his physical library looks like. I don't know if he actually keeps his books or not. Number 2, you accidentally rob a bookstore. I don't know how that would happen. But with a booktuber bud, by walking out with 100 books, see, I really don't know how that would happen, but I'm going to go with it. You spend a year behind bars with them, but now you can read and do videos together. Who do you get locked up with? I am going to pick Rosie Cockshut, mainly because I would be happy to eat the food in her cooking videos. Sometimes she will cook while she is talking about books, and the stuff that she bakes looks really delicious. So if we were making videos together, I would enjoy eating the food that she cooks along with her book talks. Number 3, you magically get trapped in a murder mystery you are reading. Another booktuber bud joins you to solve the mystery. Who do you want to join you? I would pick either Janelle from Two Fawns of Books, because I feel like she's read almost every murder mystery ever. She has a great understanding of the genre. She knows all the tropes. It'd be very helpful. Or I would pick Amrita by the Book. I miss Amrita and her videos. They're so interesting. She's so funny. And she also has a very keen sense and wit, and I feel like she'd be able to easily solve murder mysteries. Number 4, you magically get trapped in a fantasy novel, fighting dragons and casting spells. Which booktuber bud do you choose to bring with you to help save the day? I'm gonna go with David Wiley. He knows fantasy so well. He's actually written fantasy stories, A Merchant in Oria, Monster Huntress, so I think he would know what to do. And if not David Wiley, then perhaps Liam from Liam's Lyceum, who also reads a ton of fantasy, knows the genre really well. I'm sure could figure out whatever special ways are needed to fight those magical enemies. Number 5, you're stuck in the cloud of sadness. That's sad. Hitting a reading funk and feeling totally uninspired. Which booktuber bud can pick you up with their positivity? I'm going to say either Joanna, who is always so nice and positive and friendly and does great discussions on themes and characters, or Margaret Pinard, who also is very inspiring and kind and always has something interesting to say about books and writing. So either one of them, I think, would be very helpful for that. Number 6, your arms are in cast for 2 months and a booktuber bud is going to edit all your videos for you. Who edits them and why? I think I would pick Payvio from Attention! Exclamation point. Pay attention. Such a fun YouTube channel and certainly great with creativity and putting the videos together. Number 7, you press a button and instantly have read all the books that a booktuber bud has already read. Which bud would you pick and why? I'm gonna go with Michael at Fit to Be Read, because he has read so much amazing science fiction. His video he made with the top 150 science fiction reads was so powerful. I would love to just have all of those books uploaded into my head, like The Matrix or something. If you were mentioned, you are tagged in everything in this video. That helps to take care of the tags. This was a fun tag to do. Alright, the Discworld Reading Tag. I was tagged by Ian at Out of This World Reader. He really does a great job with his reading vlogs and talking about the books he enjoys. A lot of it is young adult sci-fi and fantasy, and I feel like he and I like a lot of the same kind of books. So if you're not subscribed to his channel, go watch Ian talk about books at Out of This World Reader. The original is by Katya. Katya also does a great job talking about literature, and I like the way that she goes in depth with some of the stories that she talks about. Another great person you should be watching videos of and subscribing to. For this tag, I need to give the disclaimer. I mean no disrespect to the authors of the tags or the people who tag me in them when I do this, but really I read over this one and my answer to all of these questions was Star Wars. I'm not being sassy. I'm not making fun of the tag in any way. I like this tag. I like the questions. It's just as I read through it, I was like, yeah, Star Wars. Star Wars. So I'm going to read you the questions, but please do not be surprised. Some variation of Star Wars is my answer to all these questions. The first prompt, The Witches. What is your favorite story where the so-called odd folk are far kinder than normal folk? And that is Star Wars. If you will remember, Return of the Jedi had the Ewoks, who, even though they seem to be bloodthirsty people who eat humans, they actually were very kind to the main characters in the end. The next prompt, The City Watch. Your favorite police procedural or sleuthing story where the heroes create nearly as much drama as the villains. Even though it says police procedural, talks about sleuthing and the characters creating as much drama as the villains. So I'm gonna go with Star Wars here. They do investigate things sometimes, not standard police necessarily, but they are part of the rebellion and the New Republic, and they have to go and investigate things sometimes. And the good guys can be just as dramatic as bad guys, though obviously in some Star Wars stories, the good guys become the bad guys, and vice versa. Sometimes it can be very gray, and that is fun. The next prompt, Death. What is your favorite story that moves away from painting death as life's ultimate villain? Gonna go with Star Wars. The idea of Darth Vader being a cyborg is really interesting, but he lives to become more and more of a villain. Next up is Moist von Lipwig. What is your favorite story featuring the ultimate anti-hero? And yeah, talking about those kind of characters definitely makes me think of Star Wars. Han Solo is a rogue. He's a scruffy looking nerf herder, so to speak, and as an anti-hero character, he's a lot of fun. You also end up with characters like Boba Fett, where he just recently got the TV series, where he's trying to be a good gangster. He's trying to be a respectable, honorable criminal, and that makes for good storytelling, most of the time. Next up, Rincewind the Wizard. What is your favorite story featuring eccentric academics or academic institutions? Star Wars. I remember when I was growing up reading the novel Jedi Academy, part of the Star Wars series. I liked the original canon in the novels much more than the Disney canon and what they've been doing with the stories. It was a lot of fun having Luke train the new young Jedi. The next prompt, Tiffany Aching and the Knack-Mack Feagles. What is your favorite coming-of-age story? Star Wars, the original, A New Hope with Luke Skywalker, as he really grows into his adulthood, maturing. He sounds so whiny and annoying at the beginning of that story, and he matures a lot. By the time you get to Return of the Jedi, he has a very adult, philosophical persona. The next prompt is Discworld. What story has some of the best world-building elements that you can think of? And here, of course, the answer is Star Wars with the Star Wars universe. So many planets, so many interesting things going on. If I mentioned you any point in this video, then you're tagged for all the tags. You should do the Discworld tag, the BookBuds tag, the Birthier tag. Do all the tags whenever you have time to do them. They will be fun to have on your channel. I have, of course, more tags that I want to do in the future. Hopefully, when I get a chance, I will finally be able to finish doing the alphabet letter tags that I've been wanting to get done from Jim's channel. It's hard to work them into the schedule. There are so many of them that I still need to do. And also, I was recently tagged in the Your Mount Rushmore book tag. David Wiley tagged me. It's by Michael from Fit to Be Read. Really good tag as well. So hopefully I'll get to those in the near future. But in the meantime, hope everyone's doing well. Every day is a good day for a book talk or a tag, but especially a Tuesday because the Lit Show is on Tuesdays. Peace.